Hello guys, MikuChibi here and welcome to another banner review. And you can see we have Leafa's birthday that just got released, so we're gonna have a look at the birthday order and also have a look at the birthday skills this year and talk about later on what potential other Leafa skill record that you can get in her birthday banner if you do somehow lose the 50-50 on step 3. So, short about the birthday banner is that it is a step up banner with 3 steps. We have 50% off on step 1. Step 2, regular price with a 1.3 increased drop rate for featured Leafa skill. And step 3, we have a guaranteed Leafa skill record, it can be any. On the left side, we have 2 birthday skill. The swing of the mighty blade Leafa, which is a axe skill, a burst axe skill, blunt and dark. And then to the castle in the sky Leafa, it is a sword skill, slash and fire, and is also awakening. Alright. If we scroll down, we have the first one, which is the sword skill. It has flame scar skill animation, 26 XP, slash and fire, 10-second cooltime. Oh, that is pretty low. Switch gauge 33, break gauge at 33. So what does it do? It deals 1780% damage single target. Flame pile buff, fire element damage plus 1% per stack during 20 seconds. So it's a stacking skill here. And Blaze Demon 3. Ooh. When equipping 4 or more creator skill in the same set, fire element damage plus 45% for 8 seconds. Basically the same buff, same as Joker Kirito or Poker Kirito. It has also a same buff but also have increased break gauge, so it's kind of better. But this one is more specific, so it can be really good. And for awakening skill, raise 10 stack for all stack buff that are on yourself, which can be good if you're building a stack building. Not bad, not bad. Alright, this one can be a really good support if you're building fire build. Next we have the burst axe, so let's have a look at this one here. It costs 30 SP to use normally, 15 seconds cooltime, switch gauge 63 and break gauge 51. Now, if you use it normally, it will deal 2250 damage to each single target. Enhanced attack buff, okay. It will give you 50% attack for 20 seconds. And also dark element enhance, okay. Dark element damage plus 9% for 15 seconds, okay. And if you use the burst, to activate burst, you will need to do dark, blunt, dark. It has a 30-second cooltime, switch gauge same as regular, but the break gauge is at 102, that's good. So when you activate it, at max limit break, it will deal 5420% damage for each single target. When enemy HP is 50% or above, attack will increase 250, okay, that is a lot. Critical damage plus 100 towards enemy on break. Oh, so you want to use this skill or the burst skill when the enemy is on break. Then it will deal a lot more damage. That's good. And when you activate the burst skill, you will not consume any SP. That's good. And Leafa here, both of the skill will have a increase percent multiplier. That is good. Okay. That is good. Alright, really strong axe. This can be really good for content that is weak to blunt and dark. And I know one of them, which is Kill Showdown level 235, which is the Landor. I forgot about the name, but you know, the risk in it alas, or for example, that can be floor 81 Lundgren, right? So this one can be really good if you want that. The sword, this is mostly for fire build, of course. So if you're building a specific fire build, then you can have this one for sword. It should be easy to achieve this one. Equipping 4 more creator skill. There's so many creator skill that you can equip. Or if you have the new Kirito passive that also increase fire damage, then it is really good synergy with this skill. So not bad. So that was the banner and that was the skill, and let's have a look other skill record that you can get from Leafa's birthday. I made some category for Leafa skill record, and you see there is all of her except for these 3. These 2 are the birthday skill, of course. Then this one I am unsure what this is if it is limited or this is available in the Leafa's birthday banner, we see. So I categorize, we have the mod, we have the connect skills, we have access skill, awakening, mostly active skill only. Then we have the burst. This one is full burst, so it doesn't have its own category yet, but in the future when there are more full burst, then they will have their own categories. And then we have the passive. There are a lot more passive skill, of course, but mostly here in this category I put the good ones. These ones are the good passive skill that you can equip on your set. They are really useful, can be really good for different build. And then we have the passive with good on the ring. Then we have the fodder. Then we have the support skill or one-time use. Then we have the free skill, limited skill that are not coming back or haven't coming back. We have the Tele series, Persona 5 collab. And then we have, I believe this is Alicization event. I think this was celebration for the release of it, so it is limited. Then we have the rest, which we don't need to go through. So Leafa has a lot of skill record that you can get. I believe there is like almost 100 skill record for Leafa, but you have to count out that some are free or some are limited, so it is under 100 in the banner, so you can think about that. If we just look at the mod skill, she has many mod skill, right? These four here are the sword, mod sword. This is one of the strongest, dark sword, I believe, right? Then we have the wind, this is the holy, and then we have the earth one, which is pretty much underrated because of the healing. Then we have the axe mod, which is all here, including this one. And then we have spear. Yeah, she has a spear mod somehow. And then we have the connect skill. Mostly all of these are the axe connect, no like sword connect or spear connect either. Then we have the axle. She only has one, which is surprising me. I thought there were more, but she only has one. Then awakening, this is mostly active skill. So we have the sword, we have axe and spear. These all three spear here is support skill, which is really good for if you're building specific element. I believe these two are fire build and this one is wind, if I'm correctly. If I'm not, please don't judge me, I don't remember so much. But these are really good support. Then we have the burst skill. These are the old ones. These four are the old. This one is spear burst, which is really useful for the frost dark element weakness content. And then we have Princess Kabuki, which is only useful for Ashura for break, if you want to increase the break gauge. And maybe GOG can be useful, I'm not sure. I haven't seen that many using this skill for break gauge, increasing break gauge in GOG. This one is full burst, so I'm sure it is really strong. Then we have the last year birthday skill, which is a burst, which was the first one that was scaling with defense. And you know how strong mod sword is when they scale with defense, right? With the fodder, of course. Without the fodder, they're not really strong, but with the fodder, they are strong. But this one has its own bonus, which is the same level as Night of Resolution, Alice, and Asur Swordsman Juju. So that is a really strong burst skill. Then for passive, there's some really good passive here. I believe these two are Power Rise 3 and Power Rise 4. Then we have Advanced Trooper. I believe these are support. This is really good for Frost War building. So good for spear, bow, and rapier. Then this one I believe is for blunt elements, right? And then we have other skills I don't remember correctly, but they are good. They're good. Then we have rings. I believe these are paralyzed resistant, right? So it is really good. It is up to 55, I believe, resistant, or 60 at level 100, something like that. And this is used for skill power switch. Then we have fodders. Now this is interesting. These two are good fodder, and if you do have both of these, you can actually put them in one mod, and they will be really strong. And then we have dagger. Yes, Leafa has a dagger skill. Both of these are dagger skill. First bite Leafa, I believe it's called, and Japanese flower Leafa. They are really good. This is mostly for GOG or in party. When you're not targeted, you will deal a lot of damage. And this one is if you want to play suicide. And then we have a fodder for spear. This is a 100 crit damage fodder, 2 slots. That is if you can crit, otherwise it's kinda bad if you can't crit, and mostly high-end content they have high crit resistance, so yeah, it is kinda hard gonna crit, but it is a fodder that you can use for example events, maybe. Now this category, one-time use support, this is mostly depends on situation. For example, we have Seran Lancer Leafa. This one is only used when the boss have a attack buff stacking when you remove it, right? For example, that can be GOG where I forgot what it's called, Wanderer SAOIF, the boss, the GG boss. It has attacking buff stack. Every time it hits someone, it will get attack buff. So that's why you want to use Seran Lancer's Leafa to remove it. So it only used for that mostly. Otherwise, it never is being used. Then we have Devil Time, I believe it's called Devil Time Leafa. Hopefully I'm correct. This one is mostly for weapon XP farming for floor. It gives you crit rate for your normal attack. And since you're one-shotting, or if you're strong enough and one-shotting the mobs, then this one can be really useful if you farm it for weapon XP. That's why I like it for normal attack. This one is for burn resistant down. If a boss have burn resistant, you can reduce it with this skill, which is still really good and has high multiplier. This one, I don't remember so much. I believe this is a blunt debuff, right? Or buffing your blunt damage, so it is good. You can give it to Koharu mostly. Or if you're building tank that is weak to blunt, then you can use this to buff your party members. And then we have Ninetales Leafa, which is same as Tag Argo, the buffing your crit rate depends on your max HP, so it is really good. Then we have the free ones. These 4 here are the free ones, and this one we can say it's free, kind of free, but they are in the gacha. You can only get these from gacha, so we can say it's kind of free because we get in free polls, so yeah. Then we had the limited ones, like I mentioned, they're not coming back, they're not being in banner. So if you don't have the limited ones, well, this is Power Rise 4, this is a Fire Power Rise 3, and this is Advanced Trooper 3, I believe. And then we have the rest of the skills, right? So these are the skills that you can get from the Leafa's Perfect banner if you're polling. So if you do lose the 50-50, then you have a 3% chance to get any of these skills. And some are good, some are bad, it depends, but most of them, the good ones, I would say the mod skill here is really good. Some awakening skills are good. If you do somehow manage to get one of these 2 burst skill, then you're pretty lucky. Or for passive, hopefully you do get one of these, they can be good. And the rest, you don't really need to focus too much. Hopefully you don't lose 50-50 if you're aiming for the one of the featured Leafa birthday skill. So, is this banner worth to summon on? Well, first, it depends what you have and what you need. Let's say you already have a really decent fire build and you want to have this one to increase your more fire element or for more fire stacking, then it can be good. You can try to get this one. It can be good for the newest Chaos Showdown, which is the Drake, which is weak to Stash of Fire, then it can be good. If you have a blunt Dark Axe build, then this one can be also good additional for your sets. If you want that to deal more damage to the next Chaos Showdown, which is the Lundgren Chaos. Or if you are looking for auto skill record here, it can be good. Any of these are really good that you can get. If you don't need any Leafa skill record here, or you don't really need the future, then you can pretty much skip and save your Arcana Gem for future banner. For example, for me, since I don't really have a blunt axe build, but I do have a fire slash build, I can get this one, but I don't really need to. I can wait for like Grand Order. With Grand Order, I can then have higher chance, or not higher chance, I have a chance to get the birthday skill instead of this Leafa skill here. I don't really need any of this Leafa skill, even though they're good, and I don't have any of these, but I don't really need them for my build. So I can just wait for Grand Order when these are in the future, then I will try to get these instead. That is one example that we can do. For new players, I would say definitely skip Leafa's birthday banner. It's definitely not really worth it for you. This is just my opinion. Reason why is because Leafa Skill Record, they are mostly support, or you want to build around them mostly, or you want Leafa Skill to build around your other skill, and to use some full potential. Most of the skill to build around Leafa skill are limited, or they are in other banners, which is not in general pool. Yes, some of the skill is not in general pool, so you will have a hard time to get them, so you have to wait for that. Definitely not really recommended. Some skill are good, some skills are bad, of course. Some skills is good for late game, of course, but like I said, the late game skills, you need to have a build already to be able to use them. So yeah, definitely skip this one. So new players, skip this banner, definitely not worth at the moment. But once you have enough skill record to be able to build around these skills, to build around some of the Leafa skills, then you can try to get the Leafa skill, right? But that is my recommend. Though if you are one of those that really like to collect Leafa skill record, then go ahead, it's definitely worth that, right? So in the end, it depends what you need and what you have, right? Like I mentioned, for me, I don't really need any of the Leafa skill, even though it can improve my build. I'm not in rush. I'm gonna wait for Grand Order to try to get one of these once they are in the future Grand Order. So that is my plan for now. Other than that, I think that these two skill here, these new birthday skill, are really good for a specific build, of course. Leafa good for a sword fire build, and this axe skill here is good for dark blunt axe build, right? So really good skills, but definitely not really worth to summon on unless you really need this specific skill for your build. Then you can go ahead. You have a 50% chance to get featured. If you do need both of the skills, then it's definitely worth it. Try to get 50-50, right? But yeah, that's for me. That's my banner view for Leafa's birthday banner. And hopefully you guys enjoy, and see you guys next time. Take care now, and bye bye.